Good morning, you all. Welcome to Coffee with Connect. We get together on Tuesdays and Thursdays and we get into God's Word and we have our coffee together. And my coffee mug today is a Star Wars The Force Awakens mug that was a gift to me a few years ago. It's got some cool, I think it's artwork from the movie poster, actually, that's just kind of been deconstructed and put back together on the mug. So a little different shape as well, which is cool. Today's verse that we're going to be getting into as we go through our pray, read, think, write, do process is in the Old Testament again. We're going to go to the book of Jeremiah, Jeremiah chapter 17. And as we go through this process of that we use for every verse that we go into, I hope, as I always do, that you've prayed before we get together here. That I would also encourage you to maybe set aside some time for this, meaning like if you're just watching this during the hustle and bustle of what's going on, push pause and save it for a time when you can just be alone with the Lord, and you can really just focus for 5 to 8 minutes here, and really hear what God's saying to you, as opposed to maybe, watching this while you're doing dishes or something like that, or in the midst of whatever, or hopefully not while you're driving, because we want to be safe, right? Because nobody texts and drives or watches stuff on their phone while they drive. Nobody does that. So we're in Jeremiah chapter 17. We're going to pray, read, think, write, do. So again, hope you've prayed. Let's read. Verses 7 through 8 is where I'm at. He says this: "But blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord, whose confidence is in him. They will be like a tree planted by the water that sends out its roots by the stream. It does not fear when heat comes. Its leaves are always green. It has no worries in a year of drought and never fails to bear fruit." Let me just read that one again. I want you to think about that in terms of yourself. Blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord, whose confidence is in him. They will be like a tree planted by the water that sends out its roots by the stream. It does not fear when the heat comes. Its leaves are always green. It has no worries in a year of drought, never fails to bear fruit. So the book of Jeremiah, as we think, if you didn't know this, it speaks to judgment on Judah, with future restoration. So Jeremiah calling them out, essentially, but also with a hope. That's a really, really condensed, simple way to talk about some of the, I guess, thematic perspective on Jeremiah. But right here, this particular verse, the difference of someone who trusts in the Lord versus someone who doesn't. The difference is where our trust is. Is it in ourselves? Is it in other people? Is it in the Lord? I know we've heard this idea, this concept many times, and all of that, and it's a question we should be asking ourselves in any given situation and circumstance, for sure. But truly, where is your confidence? Where is your confidence? And a good way to measure that would be when the heat's turned up, when the tough times come. When the heat's turned up and you have to dig deep, are you struggling to find water? And if you are, maybe it's because you're trusting in yourself too much. That's what I get out of this when I'm reading this and thinking about myself. Because we all do it. We all do it. When the heat gets turned up, man, sometimes I just need reminded, like, I'm freaking out because I'm trusting in myself and not trusting in the Lord. I need to take a step back, ask a couple of questions to myself here, turn my brain back on, and trust in the Lord, and stop trusting in myself. And so what about you? What stands out to you here that as I've said, I can see a lot of similarities and things for myself in this, without a doubt. And then what do we do with this? Well, let me ask you this: where are you planted? Where are you planted? As this talks about, do you need to move closer to the stream, closer to the life-giving water of Jesus? Because when we trust in him and our confidence is in him, it is because we are relying on him and because we're being fed by him and we're being sustained by him. The one who conquered sin, death, hell, and the grave for you and for me. And so what do we do with this? Well, if you feel like you're in a drought right now, and I fail to believe that there's not some that are watching this that aren't feeling that way. If you feel like you're in a drought, I would encourage you to look at where your roots are planted. How far out do your roots have to go to get to the stream of the living water from Jesus? I think only you can answer that one. But if you're near the living water, then you're not going to fear the heat, as the verse says here. Your leaves will remain green in the tough times, and you'll never fail to see the work of the Lord in your life. So I hope that's encouraging to you today and challenging in some ways too. So thanks for joining me, and I hope that you'll join me again next time. And I hope that you'll like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, all those things that you're supposed to say when you're on YouTube. And then you'll jump on here next time as we connect to Christ's community of purpose and God's word together.